Hello, so today we are going to go ahead and focus on manipulation or adjustment of objects. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring over one object from the side. So on the side you have this availability. You can choose any one of these shapes. So you have options from dinosaurs. So you can make a whole dinosaur with these, or you have options from we have these things called like extrusions or softbox springs. We can make springs. Again, these are found up here in the shape generators. I'm going to focus on basic shapes. So when you practice at home, you're more than welcome to use any one of the shapes. So I'm going to bring over a box. To change the size of the box, you click on the little white cube. It could be this one, this one, this one, or this one. So again, that's either this one, this one, this one, or this one. So to change the size, there's two ways to do this. So you could click on it and you could just drag it. So you could drag it to the left or you could drag it down. That's one way. Or if you have specific measurements, you could enter them. So say you have a box that measures 50 millimeters by 25 millimeters. That will change the size of your box to whatever specific size that you need. So the next thing is your height. So the height of your box is changed by clicking on this little square right here, and you can drag it up to make it taller, or you can drag it down to make it skinnier. So, or if you want, you could also click on the little box, click on the text box, and change it to whatever height that you have in mind. I'm going to make it 10. So I'm going to go ahead and make it 10. And then it changes to my height that I want. So again, I'm going to go ahead and bring that over here. And we're going to do that one more time. So cylinder, I'm going to bring a cylinder over. So the cylinder works the same way. You can click on one of these little squares, and then you can drag it to the left, or you can drag it down, or you can click on the text box. So I'm going to make it and enter in any desired size that you would like. And then to change the thickness or the height of the object, just click on that middle square, and then you can drag it up or you can drag it down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's bring over the ball. Let's look at this from another view. So from the other view, you can see that this middle square actually becomes the top square. So when you change the height, this is what you're changing. And then when you change the width, this is what you're changing. So the next thing I wanted to show y'all is how to stack them. So if I want to put the ball on top of this cylinder, you're going to want to know how tall that cylinder is. So in this case, it is 30 millimeters. So in this case, it is 30 millimeters. That means for the ball, I want to bring it up 30 millimeters. And I'm going to do that by clicking on this black triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and click it up. And as I click it up, I want you to look to the right. You'll see it starts changing. So 18, 20, and I'm going to increase that until it gets to 30. So if I don't want to drag it up and I want to be specific, I can just click on it, just bring it up just a little bit. I can click on that, and I'm going to make it 30, and that's going to make it 30. And then now I can bring that over, and I can set that right on top of the cylinder. Or what I can do is select it, and I select it by clicking off and then dragging. So I'm clicking, holding down the left mouse button, and then dragging. And it works. You could click off here, left mouse button, hold it, and drag. And so I have both of them selected, and then I'm going to come up to the top right to group it. Okay, so actually I don't want to group it, I want to align it. So align it. I'm going to go ahead, since I want it on top of the middle, I'm going to go ahead and select that middle one, and then I'm going to select that middle one. So when I look at the view, it should be right on the middle. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and group them. And to group them, I'm going to select both of them. And then come up to the square that looks like a circle, hit group. So now whenever I move it, they're going to move together. So to summarize, if you want to maneuver an object or change the shape of an object, you can change the length and the width by dragging the little white square, or by clicking on the white square and entering dimensions directly into text boxes. If you want to change the height or the thickness of the square, you can click on the middle one, or the one that's up at the top in this case, and you can again enter the size directly into the text box. And then to change the how high it is off the ground, click on the little black triangle and drag it up or down to wherever you desire. So here in this case, I have it 24 millimeters off the ground. Say I want it 30 millimeters off the ground. And there it is, 30 millimeters off the ground. Okay. So the last thing before the end is what I mentioned is about rotating objects. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the squiggle over. All right, there we go. So I'm going to bring the squiggle over. In the squiggle, you have two options. You can change. So you have the option to rotate. I could rotate this way. I could rotate this way. Or I could rotate this way. And those options will change as you start looking at your object from specific views. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this over. So you're clicking on just the little curly Q or curly curved line with arrows. Say I want to make it a specific degree. Say I have something that needs to be 35 degrees. I just click 35 degrees and that makes it 35. And then going here. If I need to turn it all the way around, I could click on that. I can make it 90. Or if I need to flip it some more, I can make it 90 some more. And then same thing for this one, 90. And same thing, I could make it 90 as well. So that's how you rotate objects to manipulate them, to get them to look exactly like you want. So again, on this object, I can make it taller, shorter, I can make it thinner, make it broader, make it like a spring, or I can change the height.